This is the first NFL. I don't know how you feel about this, but this is the first draft for the Bears in a long time where I don't want to say I don't care, but I really feel like there's really no wrong decision at pick 10. Now, there's been a lot of rumors today, Bleacher Report and Adam Schefter, who I kind of feel like he's on the Bears payroll. Like, I personally have never seen Shefty at Hallis Hall, but that nigga be on all of their vlogs. He be on all their vlogs, and the last couple of Bears announcements have come from Adam Schefter. But they've all said the Bears are quote unquote praying for Ashton Jeanty to be available at pick 10. Now, Rich Eisen, Tom Pelissero said that there's a lot of people who have an idea of what the first 10 picks are going to look like, but they're expecting the unexpected. And then you also have Courtney Cronin came out this morning on Friends of the Program, Captain J Hoodie, this morning saying that she says no shot at the Bears make a blockbuster trade. But they are very thirsty for Ashton Jeanty, and we know how thirsty Ryan Poles gets when he wants his guy. He almost traded up to get Roma Dunze last year until Ian Cunningham told him, yo, chill out a little bit. But we're hearing that Ben Johnson loves Ashton Jeanty. The Bears love Ashton Jeanty, and they want to run a two-back system with him and DeAndre Swift, just like Ben Johnson had with Demo and Jahmyr Gibbs in Detroit. This is interesting to me because I feel like Jeanty is the as much as we hear about running backs and quarterbacks, and Ben, you've been saying this for months that you feel like this is not the best QB class. Jeanty feels like the most safe bet out of the top picks because I have questions about Abdul Carter's injury, and so that's probably why he's the most sure thing to me. What do you feel about these reports coming out that say the Bears are praying that he's available at 10?
Man, look, we're in peak lion season now. And we're in peak lion season right now. It's gonna be a lot of stuff that gets thrown around there. But I do think that the Bears are in love with Ashton Jeanty. I felt that way when you saw Caleb with him. Like, Caleb don't look like that person that's just gonna be quiet. Like, nah, hey man, we need to figure out a way of doing this. But at 10, I don't think I'm not sure he drops, but I'm also saying that if he gets past the Raiders, he's going to be at 10. And I'm not so sure that the Raiders are going to be going into this going to get a running back when they need help on that offensive line too. And Cam Ward, number 1 pick, Travis Hunter at corner and wide receiver, since that's how he wants to be announced, feels like he's the number 2 pick. The number 3 pick can go either way. I still think Shedeur is in New York because I think that's going to be an ownership pick. And the Mara family is going to be like, yo, let's get a black guy for the first time in the draft this high. I bet. I feel like this pick is going to be out of Brian Daboll's and what's his last name? Joe Schoen.
Joe Schoen.
Yeah, the GM of the New York Giants. And really, if you were to ask that, go look at TV. Go look at Hard Knocks. Go look at what he said and what would have happened if he loses Saquon Barkley in the division, and you look and see what happened, and he won a Super Bowl. I think that with these 2 guys on the hot seat, I think the Marr family is going to step in and make that decision. So then when you go to New England, you get Abdul Carter right there. I think that Mike Vrabel would love him. I was reading on ESPN and The Athletic and how they were saying that Mason Graham from Michigan, he might not be the pick. He seems like the safest, and they do, but their defensive line is pretty decent. It's like, so why do you need to go get him?
Well, Rich Eisen said today he thinks Will Campbell. He's hearing Will Campbell is going to go to New England because they want to pass. They want to focus on protecting Drake May, and that says even if they have to give up a sure thing that they feel like a Travis Hunter or Ashton Jeanty or something like that, they're looking at Will Campbell. which I thought was nuts.
Okay. So wait a minute. So here, all right. So because I didn't see Rich Eisen today, but here's the thing: if you do go get Will Campbell at that pick, I mean, he's still in somebody in the trenches. I think they won't go wrong with grabbing anybody in the trenches. So if that were to happen, you damn well better believe Jacksonville is getting Abdul Carter. You damn well better believe it. So then, if I'm the Raiders, I'm like, oh, if I pair Graham with Wilkins, and you got Max Crosby right there too, this might be a little bit sexy. I don't think this team, the running back position you're gonna get a good one well into the second and third round. So I don't think that the Raiders are gonna feel like they have to get Jeanty. Now, with that being said, if he gets past them, I think the Bears get their man. But I think my biggest question is if Jeanty does not fall, what do the Bears do? Like, could a team trade up to go grab one of the quarterbacks? Is that a possibility at 10? But then let's say, for instance, right now, if you're looking at the draft board and you have Mason Graham, you have Amibu at Missouri, or even somebody like a Will Johnson. The reason why I bring up a Will Johnson is because of the news that came out early last week about how Dennis Allen would love to see Kyler playing one of those top
Now
corner spots.
that would piss me off. I'm sorry. They draft the corner at 10, I'll be high. That's the only way I would be high. Because that's not a need.
I feel you. That's not a need. But I'm looking into the second and third rounds. And what happens when one of those players you can't get? Now you got to stare directly into best player available. If you feel that strongly about Braxton Jones is settled at that left tackle spot. So you're not going to go get nobody. And then from all accounts, what they even been saying from Hinsdale folks, like they said Hinsdale folks actually look like if he gets some reps in the
I'm not out on him. He was rookie. He was put in a bad situation.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not. I don't think Braxton is a guy at all.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I feel like if they, with some of these people they've gotten a hold to, they might go, well, nah. And that's why the Kyler Gordon thing stuck in my head, because I'm like, Jaquan Brisker is in the last year of, I think, his rookie deal, and he's not been healthy. You don't have to waste a late round pick on the safety, but you could go get you another cornerback. And even if Tyreek Stevenson, who's been a head case, what if he don't work out? That's what I was thinking about. So I say all that to say, I will not be shocked if Will Johnson is the pick. Because if you're not good on Tyreek Stevenson, especially if you're this coaching staff and you saw what he did with the last one, and you have a bit of concern if he's a head case, is he going to be in it? Can Dennis Allen work with this guy? I would not be surprised if that is the guy and Tyreek Stevenson is not here either this year or next year. I still think if Jeanty is there, they get him, or they go get it's been enough Warren smoke around the Bears where I would not be surprised if he's the pick too.
Catch I'm Not Gonna Hold You, hosted by Scott Lewis, every Monday and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, only on HNB Media and the Barber's Chair Network.